YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Rob from Spray Splash Fragrance Reviews. Today we're going to be tackling the house of Costume National. Stay tuned. All right, the house of Costume National is one that I've been checking out for quite a while, and I recently just pulled the trigger on 3 fragrances. Okay, so the 3 fragrances I purchased are: 1, original release, Costume National Homme. This is an EDP. The second one was the latest release. It's Costume National Homme Parfum, 2020 release. And then one that's really been calling my name the longest time. This is a 2015 release. This is Costume National Soul Parfum. All right, so what are these fragrances like? I'm gonna go through the Hommes first, and that's the EDP release and then the recent Parfum release. So Costume National Homme, all right, so just to give you a little bit of information, this is a 2009 release. The notes are cardamom, grapefruit, bergamot, cloves, cinnamon, thyme, sandalwood, lambdanum, and patchouli. This is a nice, spicy, green, warm fragrance. The cloves are there and are, I don't want to say dominant, but if you don't like cloves, this might not be a fragrance for you. All right, this is a balsamic fragrance. Again, very warm, one that's to me perfect for fall and winter. Great performance on this fragrance. And that's the one thing that I've seen, pretty much consistently online, is that people say the performance of this fragrance is great. And I would have to, say yes, this is a great performing fragrance, all right? Then you've got the most recent release, which is a 2020 release, and that is the Costume National Homme Parfum. It's darker green bottle. This one I actually like more than the original, all right? And the notes are as follows. This one has got bergamot, cardamom, grapefruit, patchouli, cinnamon, vetiver, sandalwood, lambdanum, and musk. This one is more smoothed out, okay? It's still spicy, still balsamic, still green, but what's different is they removed the clove note in this particular fragrance, and they added vetiver and they added musk. So again, it's a little smoother. It's more to my taste. It doesn't perform as well as the original. So the EDP actually performs a little bit better than this one. This one is a little more reserved, more laid back, but still has good performance. So don't let that, dissuade you from thinking about this one as a possible option. Very good fragrance, and I do enjoy it, all right? So lastly, the one that's kind of been calling my name for the longest time, that is Costume National Soul Parfum. Okay, and this is a 2015 release. The notes are as follows: cardamom, pink pepper, bergamot, oud, leather, geranium, ambergris, vanilla, patchouli. I really like Soul. Soul is a really, really nice fragrance. It is warm. The pink pepper is bright. It has a nice pop with that leather accord. It's just, it feels luxurious. It's got oud in it, but I don't think it's real oud. The geranium kind of gives it this, also like this fresh, bright almost feel in addition to the pink pepper. And then of course you got the vanilla and the patchouli in the base, and the ambergris kind of warms it up. So I think it's a head-turning fragrance, one that I really think smells great in the air. Now, I must say this, all right, so to try to give you an idea of what that fragrance feels like, if you were to take Dior Homme Parfum and took Gucci Guilty Absolute and kind of crossed them, you would have something that kind of feels like Costume National Soul. Not saying that they smell alike, but there's something about the vibes from those 2 fragrances that remind me of Soul. When I was looking at Soul online and reading reviews, there were a lot of people that didn't like Soul, and they would often say that it smelled synthetic and it was a scrubber, and I just didn't like it, and it kind of kept me on the fence for a long time and kept me from pulling the trigger. And that's the reason why I kind of liken it to Gucci Guilty Absolute. Gucci Guilty Absolute is a polarizing fragrance and one that not everybody can really rock with. But there are people that really like the fragrance. I have the fragrance in my collection. It's a like, it's not a love. And I get why people don't like it. That kind of this oily Band-Aid accord that you get from that fragrance, something about the way that feels or smells, there's something about Soul that reminds me of that, but it's so minor that it's not a deal breaker. I mean, I would say maybe like it would represent like 10 or 20% maybe of the vibe of that fragrance, but the other, 80% of the fragrance reminds me of Dior Homme Parfum. That leather, the sweetness, the richness, the luxurious feel of, Dior Homme Parfum. I kind of get that same feel with this Soul. So, I'm not trying to say again that they smell, they smell a whole lot alike. I'm just saying something about those. If I had to think about a fragrance or fragrances that remind me of Soul, it would be those two combined. So I hope that helps you. Price wise, what do I have here? Price wise, Soul, I picked that up from fragrancebuy.ca. It goes for like about 107, 108. And I've seen it as high as like about 112. Great market. And then you've got the Costume National Homme EDP. Now that one is a little difficult to find right now. I think I paid about $100 for it, and you'll see it from $100 all the way to like 150. And I just got the 1.7. All right. Last but not least is the latest release, which is the Parfum version, and I paid about 120 for that from fragrancebuy.ca. So just to kind of give you an idea, I mean, they're on the higher end. I don't know if this is truly like designer or niche, but great releases. I think there's something for, if this is your cup of tea, I think you'll find something that you like with this house. There's another one they've got, I wasn't able to scoop up, but it's called like Cyber Green, something like that. And I think it's only like about $50. So that's going to be something I'm going to be looking to pick up in the future. But again, the House of Costume National, let me know what you think. This is just a really quick overview. Hope you guys enjoy the content. If you've never subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you do so. Hit the bell for notifications. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Be safe. Later.